is the chickpeas?
Yes.
The peas of chicks. Now this looks really good. I have to say from the get-go, from the start, crispy. I feel like I'm gonna feel some crunch. All in all, I'll give this one, because it's missing the crunchy aspect, which is critical, a 4.2. A 4.2, I'm sorry. This ain't no kindergarten show.
Hey sisters, today I'm going to share with you my top 5 gluten-free foods, and my husband Sirak is going to taste test them all to let us know what he thinks. I'll even show you how to use the ingredients while cooking and how you can pair them for each meal. That way, you can make some delicious recipes at home that are gluten-free and your friends will love them too. Before I show you these PCOS powerhouse foods, hit that like button for reduced inflammation. Alright, my first top gluten-free food to fight PCOS is buckwheat. Buckwheat has a nutty, delicious flavor. I know it has the word wheat in it, but it's actually not wheat. It's in fact gluten-free and it's made from a seed, not a grain. Buckwheat is rich in magnesium, vitamin B, zinc, fiber, protein, making it a great option for PCOS sisters like us. These properties in buckwheat decrease the risk for inflammation, high cholesterol, and high blood pressure, which are conditions we're all at risk for. The best part about buckwheat for PCOS is that it contains D-chiroinositol, which is an insulin mediator that many women with PCOS are actually deficient in. Buckwheat is a carb that has a positive effect on increasing insulin sensitivity, reducing testosterone, increasing the frequency of ovulation, and normalizing blood sugar levels. I love it! To learn more about the importance of blood sugar control, check out my video on the symptoms and treatments for insulin resistance in women with PCOS. So the next time you're making pancakes or pasta, try using buckwheat flour or buckwheat noodles. You'll be pleasantly surprised at how fluffy your pancakes turn out and how flavorful your pasta actually is. Now, let me show you how I like to make my buckwheat. I bring a big pot of water to a boil and throw the buckwheat in, typically for 7 to 8 minutes. I wait a little and then I'll stir it while it's cooking so they don't stick together. Once it's done and transferred to a bowl, I like to mix it with Asian-inspired flavors, like a couple teaspoons of sesame oil and a couple teaspoons of gluten-free soy sauce. Mix it well, and then you can even add some chopped green onions on top. All right, let's see what Sirak thinks.
All right, let's get this show started. Been filming all day, waiting for this very moment. I have high expectations. They should call me Gordon Ramsay because I will be very real with you.
Okay, you need to
This is
relax.
Hell's Kitchen.
This is not
You're in my
Hell's Kitchen.
hell.
This is my house. Okay, sisters, let's see what he thinks. I'm just gonna preface this by saying the buckwheat noodles are all stuck together because I slightly overcooked it because I got distracted while we were filming. And it cooled before I drizzled on the sesame oil and soy sauce, so that makes it really hard to mix and it kind of like sticks together. So you have to do everything while it's hot and you can't overcook it. All right,
So
Sirak.
I'm already hearing some excuses.
Just
it sounds like.
eat it.
Okay. But when the chef brings out the food at a restaurant, they don't be like, oh, this and this happened. I'm just kidding. I love you. This is gonna be amazing. Let's see.
It tastes good though, right?
Let me say.
The flavor's there.
Honestly, the flavor is there. It tastes really good and soft, even though it's like a little bit crumpled together right now. It's really soft, very moist. I like the taste, the flavors around, the sauce. What's in the sauce?
It's sesame oil and gluten-free soy sauce.
Sauce is really good. Like, it doesn't taste
Simple,
bland.
yeah.
For real, not just saying this, it doesn't taste bland. It tastes like very flavorful, robust, savory.
Robust. You like it?
Yeah, I like it.
So out of 5 stars.
Out of 5 stars, I give it 4.7.
Chia seeds are my next favorite gluten-free food for PCOS. Chia seeds are small but powerful gems. When it comes to PCOS, chia seeds provide the necessary amount of protein and omega fats that can aid the body in re-establishing a balanced blood sugar and hormonal response. They're at the top of the list of most powerful superfoods you can put in your plate. Don't be fooled by their size, because these little seeds provide a huge amount of nutrition. Energy, detoxification, and an instantly boost metabolism are just a few of the advantages of these little powerhouses in your diet. One serving of these gluten-free, dairy-free seeds contains more calcium than milk, more antioxidants than blueberries, and 3 times more iron than spinach. They also have more potassium than bananas. Chia seeds are also one of the best sources of omega-3 fatty acids and contain more per serving than fish oil. They could almost be classified as a daily vitamin because of their rich content in vitamin A, vitamin B, magnesium, zinc, copper, phosphorus. Chia seeds also have essential nutrients required to speed up the metabolism, like protein, fiber, and omega-3 fatty acids, like I said. In fact, it contains 20% more protein than any other seed. Chia seeds are considered a complete protein source, which can help keep blood sugar levels stable. When digested, chia seeds form a gelatin-like substance in the stomach because of their soluble fiber content. Not only does the fiber make you feel fuller longer because the seeds swell up, but it also helps to stabilize your blood sugar by slowing down the absorption of carbs into your bloodstream. Fiber is super important for PCOS for reasons beyond the blood sugar as well. Fiber helps detox excess estrogen. And when we have excess estrogen, symptoms typically include painful periods that are sometimes irregular, moodiness, acne, and weight gain. Some women have claimed that their symptoms improved when they consumed the daily amount of chia seeds that's recommended on a regular basis. You can pair chia seeds with almost anything, from salads to smoothies and even to chia seed pudding. My favorite way to eat chia seeds is in chia seed pudding. It's something I can make overnight and just throw it in the fridge for the next morning. And it typically lasts around 3 or 4 days in the fridge, so you could just make a bunch and store it for a grab-and-go breakfast or even as a snack. When I make chia seed pudding, I typically do a ratio of 3 tablespoons of chia seeds to 1 cup coconut milk, which is dairy-free, of course. I'll even add protein powder to the chia seed pudding to give my blood sugar extra stabilization. Once it sets, it turns into a jelly-like pudding texture, and you can add anything on top like blueberries and nuts. All right, let's see what Sirak thinks. Chia seed pudding.
Chia seed pudding. Okay. Any warnings you want to give me about this one?
Well, no. Just eat it. Good.
Is there chocolate in this?
There's cocoa nibs, protein powder, which is chocolate protein powder, raspberries.
Okay.
It's good.
Let me give you the rundown. So the chias, they're almost like little bobas.
Yeah.
Little boba balls? Little bobas in my mouth. So when you like bite them, it has the same texture. Very cool. The chocolate flavor, it's like a hint. It's like, let me give you a little chocolate there. It's not like a full slap in your mouth. It's like there's a little chocolate right here. So I like the taste. It's not overly sweet, which is
it's
important.
A good protein powder.
Yeah.
It tastes good in everything.
I feel like it's missing a little like kick. Maybe some like salt.
What?
Just a little like...
Sugar?
No, not sugar. I'm talking about like a little salt. Like, you know when you have dark chocolate?
Okay, I see it.
The little salt in the dark chocolate?
Yeah.
If it had a little bit of that.
Maybe some granola on top.
That could work.
Or some raspberry chia jam or something to give it like the next level.
Yeah, but I like it. Out of 5 stars, I give this one a 4.4. 4.4.
I'll take it. And I'll link the protein powder I used. My third top gluten-free food to fight PCOS is chickpeas. Chickpeas are packed with protein, fiber, vitamins, and minerals that help reduce the risk for type 2 diabetes and heart disease, something that we are at risk for as women with PCOS. if your symptoms go unmanaged. Not to worry, legumes like chickpeas are low on the glycemic index, which means they don't raise our blood sugar as quickly as other carbs. Just a half cup of chickpeas contains at least 30% of our daily value of fiber, which helps with blood sugar control. It also has phytochemicals like magnesium. Magnesium is great for PCOS and important for blood sugar control and insulin levels. A lot of women with PCOS are actually deficient in magnesium. I find that the tastiest way to have chickpeas is by seasoning them and toasting them in the oven. In a bowl, I start by seasoning my chickpeas with paprika and chili powder and a bit of salt. Then I drizzle them with olive oil. I'll pop them into the oven at 425 degrees Fahrenheit and toast them for about 20 minutes. Once they're nice and crunchy, they're ready to eat. You can throw them on a salad or just have a handful as a snack. They give an extra boost of protein and fiber, and they taste delicious. This is how I like to eat chickpeas. Let me know in the comments how you prepare them. All right, let's see what Sirak thinks.
Give it to me, baby! Oh yeah. Now I have to say, so what is this? Is the chickpeas?
Yes.
The peas of chicks. Now this looks really good. I have to say from the get-go, from the start, crispy. I feel like I'm gonna feel some crunch. I like the vibe.
It's soft, isn't it?
Okay. The flavor is really good.
The flavor is good.
There's no crunch. Was there supposed to be crunch?
Yes, but we were filming and I didn't bake it long enough because we had to get the shot, so there's no crunch.
Are you blaming the director?
I'm blaming the filming process. If I'm left to my own device, I can do things properly, but if I'm filming at the same time, I can't. Just talk about the concept here.
I will say the flavor is out of this world. I give the flavor 5 out of 5. The crunchiness is missing, but I've had this meal before and it has been crunchy before, so I will not blame you on this. So, what else is on this? I feel like it's also some like seasoning, some spice.
Paprika, chili powder, olive oil. You can put turmeric on it. You can do all types of different spices. Make it however you like it, and then
Okay. Flavor is really good.
yeah.
Love the flavor. I feel the protein going down my mouth, like feel it getting fuller with each bite, for real, not joking. All in all, I'll give this one, because it's missing the crunchy aspect, which is critical, a 4.2. A 4.2, I'm sorry. Besides that, everything else is 5 out of 5, but as the Gordon Ramsay, I have to be critical and honest. This ain't no kindergarten show.
My fourth top gluten-free food to fight PCOS is pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds provide many PCOS fighting nutrients. They're like little powerhouses for PCOS. Here's a few reasons why. Pumpkin seeds have beta-sitosterol, which inhibits the enzyme that converts testosterone to DHT. What's DHT? You're probably wondering. This is the more potent form of testosterone that gathers around our hair follicles, causing our hair to fall out. So reducing DHT can ultimately contribute to reducing PCOS symptoms like hair loss. So the beta-sitosterol found in pumpkin seeds makes this food something you might want to keep handy in the pantry if you're struggling with hair loss. Pumpkin seeds also contain essential fatty acids that our body needs to regulate hormone function, improve skin and nails, and lower insulin levels. They're also a fantastic source of vitamin A, E, K, and B, as well as protein, fiber, zinc, and magnesium. These are all nutrients that are essential for women with PCOS, especially the zinc and magnesium, which many of us are deficient in. In fact, 1/4 cup of this seed contains nearly half your daily requirement of magnesium. Sometimes when I sprinkle pumpkin seeds on my salad, I think to myself that I'm sprinkling magnesium. So, as you can see, pumpkin seeds are a superfood for women with PCOS. My favorite way to eat them is by drizzling them with olive oil and toasting them in a pan with just a couple of sage leaves. I sprinkle a little salt and be careful not to let them burn because those sage leaves can quickly get crispy. After the pumpkin seeds have cooled, I keep them in a jar. The That way I can just grab them for any salad or even a quick crunchy snack. All right, let's see what Sirak thinks. Pumpkin seeds.
Oh, I love these. I love these.
Get some sage.
Oh, the sage is the best part.
You could put it on the taco too.
Oh! Bro, it tastes like chip. Bro.
To the sisters.
Bro. It tastes like...
Chips. This is so good. If you have a salt craving.
You know when you have like really, really good popcorn?
Yeah.
Like really good salty,
yeah.
buttery popcorn? It's exactly what this tastes like without the carbs. Actually, I guess it has some carbs maybe, but it has protein.
It's high in fat.
You use olive oil, not butter, so that's another bonus. It's really good. And the sage, by the way, a good tip, put this on top of pizza. If you're making gluten, dairy-free pizza, you sprinkle this bad boy on the top. With the sage, it will take your pizza to the level you've never thought it's possible.
Oh my gosh, then some truffle oil.
Okay, this is 5 out of 5 too.
This is so good. You know, this would be good if I drizzled a little truffle oil on it. You know how good that would be?
Are you trying to kill me here?
Oh my gosh.
Are you trying to kill me with taste overload?
It's so good for you too. Salmon is my next top gluten-free food for PCOS. When it comes to anti-inflammatory fats, salmon comes to mind. It's full of omega-3 fatty acids. When you're choosing salmon, look for wild salmon because sometimes that's available and it doesn't contain as much mercury and pesticides, which can aggravate PCOS. Women with PCOS have often been found to have low levels of vitamin D. Salmon is rich in vitamin D, which can positively affect insulin sensitivity and reduce testosterone levels and improve your mood. My favorite way to make salmon is by having it in salmon tacos. In the taco, I'll add some pickled red onions, avocado, and the salmon. Pretty simple. The pickled onions really take away from that fishy flavor that salmon sometimes gives off and also adds a probiotic, which is great for gut health. Sirak and I prefer to mask the fishy flavor with all the ingredients in this delicious taco that complement the salmon. All right, let's see what he thinks. Salmon, salmon, salmon.
Now this I know will taste good.
It will. It's just missing your sauces, but...
It smells really good though.
For the shot, I had to make it because I can't drench it in sauce in the shot. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, no,
We're trying to get the thumbnail shot. I can't drench it in all your sauces.
I understand, and it doesn't need sauce, first of all. As I always say, the sauce is meant to supplement. It's not meant to be the main taste. I put ketchup on filet mignons. So don't take it personally when I put sauce on your foods. If I put on filet mignon, it's okay to put it on yours.
Okay, just eat it.
Everybody ready? Okay.
I wonder if it captured the sound of your swallowing.
Straight up, no fishy taste whatsoever, which is really important for me because I don't like fish. No fishy taste, amazing. Pickled onions, slap me in the mouth. The little green onions, perfect combination. Avocado, avocado, 5 out of 5. No doubt, no joke. Nothing else needs to be said.
So sisters, I hope you've enjoyed watching how I eat my top 5 gluten-free foods for PCOS. As you can imagine, there are a ton of other gluten-free foods for PCOS, and these are just some of my favorites. There's so many. To find more gluten and dairy-free recipes, including breakfast, lunch, and dinner, check out the Sisterhood, the largest PCOS community of women who are reversing their PCOS. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and let me know in the comments how you like to prepare some of these gluten-free favorites.